Welcome to my channel again. I'm back. Happy Valentine's Day to all those who had Valentine's Day. Well, as usual, I'm heading to work as always. Got to make that money. Got to take care of responsibility and things of that nature. Not gonna be in here too long. You know, just want to take y'all on a ride with me and just talk about some things. Talk about world order, maybe some things that's going on in the world and things that's in people's lives, I guess. I don't know. Shout out to the Los Angeles Rams for making that Super Bowl run. They lucky. They almost didn't make it. Cincinnati was on them. Cincinnati had that run game. That run game was no joke. Adjust that. That run game was a powerhouse. And they almost lost that game. Oh yeah. They almost lost that game, but you know, as they say, the best man wins. LA wanted it a little bit more. And my man Donald's it's a beast, man. He just kept putting that pressure on him. And quarterback flopped that ball in the air. I think it was a tight end there. I think he could have caught that ball. See, when you get into these games, you're supposed to, you know, teams they gotta come and win, man. You gotta come. You gotta just have that enthusiasm. You gotta have that energy. You just gotta, you know, when you're in the playoffs, it's like the season starts all over again. The season starts all over again. You know, the season starts all over again. It's like the intensity is high. You know, the intensity is high. And you gotta just go all out. When you start seeing football players just sitting around being lackadaisical and all that, it kind of makes you angry. It makes you mad. It's like, what? It's like, man, if it was me, I would have died for that ball to get that first down, because that would have changed the game. But fortunately, it didn't happen. There's a lot of disappointments in this year's football season, but you know, the good part is always next year. It's always next year, everybody. It's always next year. So, today's Tuesday. I'm heading to work, getting things back in. I'm feeling much better. Slowly, but I'm coming for surely. So, God bless that. I thank the Lord for that. Yes, indeed. Been talking to my fiance, me and her. We still trying to get things going, trying to get things situated. Going to build a house. And can't wait, you know, can't wait to change transitions and change my life, you know, and do different things. And I love my wife, you know. I know, you know, they say, well, why you say your wife? I said, because in my heart, she's already my wife. You know, when you love somebody so much, you already know it. Your heart feels it. Your mouth says it. Or should I say, in your mind, you speak it. And that's just the way it is, you know. I love her. Shout out to all those who are in love with their husbands. All those women in love with their husbands. Shout out to all those husbands who are in love with their wives. Who will do anything for them. A good woman who sacrifice it all. It's worth everything, man. Money can't buy it. There's no money in the world can replace that, you know, and vice versa. Shout out to all those again who share their wealth, share their love, give people advice, good advice, help them out. Shout out to good teachers too in the schools. You know, they're great teachers, man, who help the kids out, teach them what they need to be taught. Teachers go through a lot, man, I tell you. Teachers go through a lot of strain, a lot of mental strain. Shout out to the workers there in those schools that clean up those schools and sanitize those schools and do whatever they do. Shout out to them. You can't leave them out now. They're the backbones of the schools. So without them, your schools will look like a horror house. It will be unsafe to go in. There'll be so much germs and viruses in there, you would never even know what virus it is. It'll be a new virus. It would probably be a new one uprising. So shout out to them. I also want to say I miss you, my future mother-in-law and father-in-law. I miss you too. I love you. You seem like you two the only genuine one, you know. To you two, you know, you two you're always gonna give your time. You're gonna give your existence. You're gonna show love, and I really appreciate that. I'm forever in your debt. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You know, then you got people complaining about this, about you doing this and that, and then they're not looking at themselves and what they do and what they're not doing. But yet they can pinpoint out what you did to them as opposed to what they've been doing to you. They do not care. And that's just something I don't like. I don't like self-centered people who does the most and then they want to question what you've done to them. And it's like, really? But you just gotta live your life. You can't, you can't be emotional about it. Just ignore it and just keep going and blend in. It's nothing to get mad over. Just blend in. You give them a taste of their own medicine. That's it. It's nothing to argue over, get angry. You just give them a taste of their own medicine and just keep moving on. So, with that being said, still you gotta live a life. You got to keep your plans going that you're trying to do. Shout out to anyone who got a promotion on their job. Good for you. Shout out to all those who stay on their job for a long time and did a lot of time. If you stayed on your job, maybe the first 5 years, that's when you really basically start investing. You invested in your job. You invested. Hopefully you have a job that got benefits and things of that nature, but even if you have a job that don't and you provide benefits for yourself, it's all good. It's all independence. Well, at least that's what it's called, but that's good. Keep it moving. Keep it going. Shout out to you. You want to be somebody. You want to do something. You don't want to just let your life just go, depending on others and, handing your hand out and this and that, It's okay to fall, everybody falls at one point. Everybody falls at one point, but then it's all about how you pick yourself up and get back up again. And keep it moving. Yes, indeed. So, it's just the way life is. Yeah, I just want to take y'all with me on a ride, heading to work. Got to make this money. Got responsibility I got to do. Also got to deal with, multiple personalities and things like that on work. But basically, to be honest with you, I just go to work and I just, I basically stay to myself. I speak when I'm spoken to. I talk when someone wants to hear or wants to listen, but I try to stay out all the what they say, the job politics or the office politics. You kind of stay, have your limit, just, Because when you go outside the job, you have to deal with everyday life outside the job as well. So you got to alternate both of these things. That means the outside world, or your outside world, you got to keep that out because you don't want to bring that in the job. You're just trying to deal with these two components at the same. These two components, you know, I wouldn't say at the same time, but you have to really indulge in both of these in a way that you can function. It's like you gotta put them on a schedule. You know, okay, right now I have to understand that I'm at work and I have to leave outside life outside and don't bring it to work because it's not fair to you. It's really not fair to yourself or your coworkers. You know, you had an argument with your wife and then you go to job with that energy and then you're taking it out on your workers and they looking at you like you're crazy. That's wrong. You keep that outside and you just leave it outside until you get off work and get in your car. And then if you want to pick it back up, then go ahead. Yes, indeed. Shout out to all of those who are truly in love. Shout out to you. Shout out to all the men who can't keep their hands off their wife. Their wife is so beautiful. She's just so beautiful. And you just feel like you just want to kiss her, you know. Y'all guys, you know what I'm saying. You look at your wife, she's beautiful. And for just you looking at her and just like, goodness, I can't believe God sent me somebody like her, you know. And you just walk over to her and just want to kiss her, you know. Hug her and kiss her. Shout out to you, man. I understand that. Yes, indeed. That goes for the women too, you know, for your husbands. Well, I'm halfway, well, probably not more than halfway to work. Thought I'd have a conversation. Why y'all come to me or ride with me to work? I really appreciate y'all coming with me. So with that being said, y'all, and all that said right now, you all have a peaceful day or a peaceful night. Sleep well, or good morning,